Wow. You're all dressed up. Is this how you usually answer the door for people? Like, this is what you usually wear?
Is this cash? This cash outfit from Seamstress Lagos. This is standard. Come
Oh,
in.
okay.
Come in.
I
Come in.
guess so.
Come in.
Oh,
You're welcome to my
your home is lovely.
Thank you. Just come in. Come in. Come sit with me. What
Wow.
do you want
She
from
even
me?
has exotic birds.
Yeah. What do you want from me this fine afternoon?
I just thought I'd ask you some questions. You know, like you're a celebrity, so people want to know stuff about you. So is that okay?
Yeah. Go ahead. What questions do you want?
All right. Let's get right into it. Two of your top proudest moments.
Top two proudest moments. First one, I was overall best in nursery 2. Do you know what it means to be overall best in nursery? Like out of all the nursery 2 pupils, like in all the different Fonabasi was the overall best. Like they actually called me out, like they awarded me, and as small as I was, I came out and I received my present. So that's my first moment where I knew in life that I was gonna blow. That's the first time I knew. Second proudest moment was WAEC. When I got my WAEC result, I think I had A in maths and physics or something ridiculous like that. But then it was like overwhelming because like fun, like, and then I got an award like for speech and prize giving. They called me out, and then even though they only gave me like 1K in the envelope, but then it was a big deal. I still have the envelope. I can show you if you're interested. If you want to see, just let me know. I can show you to you.
Two top embarrassing moments.
Wow, I have a lot of embarrassing moments. Like I can name 20, but then I'm going to tell you the top 2. So when I used to work in a bank, like I was in a branch, I used to work out of a branch, right? And we never used to do all these fancy things that people in head office used to do. They used to go for all these fancy things. And then one day, the zonal head comes and she's like, we're going for CSR. And she wanted a few people to come. So she was picking people from different branches, right? And I hustled to be part of people that would go from my branch. And she had already picked her people, but then I was just like, I have to go. I begged her, and then eventually she took me. So you know how I've told you that my stomach is very weak. I have the weakest stomach ever. So on our way to first of all, this CSR thing was all the way in like a bay or something. I know we had to travel like a very far distance. My stomach started paining me on the way there. Like I was in a lot of pain. So we got to the venue of the CS. They were commissioning like a public toilet. They were commissioning a building for like a public school or some shit like that. And then I was just there like holding my stomach, God, where will I use the toilet? Anyways, do you know that as these people were cutting the you know how you cut the ribbon? I think I even helped to decorate the scissors that they used to cut the ribbon. As they were cutting the ribbon, I was in the new toilet of the building that they were commissioning, using it and blasting away. And that's not even the most embarrassing part of the story. When I was there, do you know what happened? I fainted. This is not a joke. Like I passed out in the toilet. They had to come and carry me. My zonal head was not calling me. Ole, next time you would have stayed in the branch. Next time yeah, that's one. Then the second most embarrassing moment, when I was in secondary school, I think I was like in like GS1 or so. They were doing like a talent show in school, and then I struggled, and I went there and I was like, oh, I can dance. And do you know that when the music started, this is how I was dancing? Because I don't know how to dance. And my brother was like a senior in the school, and he was like popular and all. And then they don't get tell you, oh, you be your sister, she fuck up. You see how she was dancing. And in the car, my brother, the look of disappointment when he entered the car in the afternoon and way back, he was like, why did you do that? I couldn't look at it the same way since then. Yeah, just talk to.
Two vivid memories that you have.
From like when I was younger, or generally just a vivid memory?
Just anything that you find interesting.
Oh, so when I was in Houston, I used to live in Houston. I remember I used to take like Spanish class or something. My teacher's name was Mr. Mendoza. Why do I remember his name? Mr. Mendoza couldn't even pronounce my name. So I told this guy that, oh, okay, you don't have to call me Umfon. You can call me Grace, which is what Umfon means. Do you know that this guy still went around calling me Grease? Like he's calling me Grease, but that's not even the vivid memory. I got a result back from one of the tests that I did, and I got like 94 or some shit. And I was a go-getter that year. Like I was into hundreds and stuff, and I was so embarrassed by the grade. Look at me, I was a baby scout that year. I was so embarrassed by the grade, and I went to beg Mr. Mendoza, oh, can I have extra credits? Like, can I have extra work so that I can like get more marks? You know, it's not like in Nigeria where your mark is your mark. This one you could work for like extra credit and stuff. And then I begged this man, and he was like, oh no, Grace, no, you can't have extra credit, I'm so sorry. And then I get home and I get a call from the house. You know how those phones can have like, you can have one here and then you have another one in the room, and somebody can pick up and hear the conversation. So my brother picks up the phone and he's like, oh, I'm fine, Mr. Mendoza is on the phone to speak to you. So I think he was like in the parlor and I was in like the room or something. And this boy didn't get off the phone, like he didn't drop it, he just was listening to our conversation. So Mr. Mendoza says, oh, Grace, I found some extra credit you can do, blah, 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 blah. And I was so excited because like I could get like more marks and maybe get like 100 and stuff. So I was like, I'm not very good with accents, and I just moved to America that year. So when he was talking, I was not trying to speak like with an American accent. And then after I was like, oh, thank you, Mr. Mendoza. I appreciate you. My brother was on the phone laughing, and then he came on the phone and he said, I appreciate you, call. And then for like 3 weeks after, he went around calling me, I appreciate you, I appreciate you. That's one vivid memory. Another vivid memory I had was with my brother again, me and Ubong. Oh my gosh, shout out Ubong. So one time when I was really small, I think I just even learned how to spell. I remember this vividly. I learned how to spell. I don't know how this relates to what I'm about to say, but that day, remember we were pulling like a towel, and then I kept on saying that, oh, I watched something on TV. If you like release it, I'll fly. And then he was like, oh, okay, yes, go ahead. And then I was pulling. I was like, okay, now there's enough force. Release me. And then he released me, and I flew, and I fell into the glass behind, and I shattered, and I cut my hand, and he got beaten by my mom. She was like, you're older, you're meant to know that you're not meant to do these things. But yeah, that's a very memory.
Give me your top 2 emotional moments.
Emotional moments. When my son was born, it was during lockdown, everything was sad as shit, everybody was depressed and stuff. And then they tell me that he has jaundice. I don't know about you guys, but then I didn't know anything about jaundice, and I thought it was like exaggerated. I thought like it was like the worst thing. So when they told me he had jaundice and they had to put him in the lights, like they put him in that phototherapy, they covered his eyes, like they had to put like something like bandage across his eyes, and he just looked so small and so sick and so tiny, and I just started crying and wailing. It was so emotional for me. And then they were like, oh, you can go home without him, and like you can come and check on him. He has to stay in for therapy like for 24 hours. And I was like, no, I'm not gonna go, I'm gonna stay here. And the nurse was like, you can't stay inside this room because first of all there's COVID, you have to go home and then come tomorrow. And then I was trying to sleep in the car overnight outside, and my husband was just like, let's buy shawarma and go home. Like, what's all this? Like, why you? They said it's fine. Like, but then I just remember being so sad. Oh, my little prince. But then the next day it was out. I was like, why did I ever bother? So when it was time for Annie to do like phototherapy, I was just like, I've done this shit before. I know how it goes. I still cried, Sha. It was actually very emotional for me. But then I was like, being here, done that, and yeah, that's the first one. Second emotional moment was when my mom passed. I was very little, so like the weight of her passing didn't really dawn on me then. I didn't know like how, like, I mean, it was sad, but then you know, as a child, you'd be like, oh, maybe I can now wear skimpy things, I can now do this, I can't do that. But then every year and every experience, everything I go through, and I realized, oh, my mom is not here, is very emotional for me, and I feel her absence every day. Even as I'm making this video, I'm feeling her absence.
2 occupations you wanted to do when you were younger.
I had a lot, but I'll start with the most prominent one. I wanted to be a policewoman when I was small because we're not allowed. My daddy had the like pastor phase, like where we're not allowed to wear trousers, we're not allowed to have extensions in our hair. I don't even know if we're allowed to wear earrings. I think we were, but then it was like he just had a phase where he was extreme and he was into God and stuff. And yeah, he's still into God, but then we're not allowed to wear trousers. And then I just remembered, I just kept saying to myself that when I'm a policewoman, you will tell me who will stop me. When they tell me to wear my uniform, you will tell me if you come and drag me from my house, and you tell me to remove my trousers. That's the only reason why I wanted to be a policewoman, because I was going to get to wear trousers. That's 1. And 2, I wanted to be a doctor. I wanted to be a doctor when I was young. And I just remember my lesson teacher in SS3 when he was trying to help me fill my jam form and stuff, and it was just like, let me not lie to you, this babe, you can't be a doctor. Not because you don't have a brain for it, but then you can't just be a doctor. First of all, you don't have bedside manners. You might just go there and tell the patient, fuck you. Yeah. And then he was just like, you know what, let's think of something else, something that's a bit that's not as technical as medicine. So I was like, okay, so what do you think I can do? He was like, I think you can be a singer. I'm kidding, he didn't say that because my voice is really bad. But then he told me to pick something up, and then I picked chemical engineering. But yeah.
2 negative traits that you have.
2 negative traits. Yeah, personally, I can't give you 2 because I feel like I'm a very positive babe. Actually, it's like, so I know one very well. I'm very, very, very impatient. Like, I'm very, very impatient. Like, I don't like when people don't do things sharply, and it like sort of annoys me. And then I'm very, why don't you do this? Why can't you do it fast? Why can't you do this? Hurry, do this, that. I'm very impatient. I like things to be done sharply. That's one. And that's all, because I'm perfect. I'm a bad bitch. Like, I stay doing perfect stuff all the time. I'm very, very perfect. So yeah, I cannot give you one. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry.
2 positive traits.
Positive traits. I have so many. Like, this is where we can spend the whole day here talking about how positive I am. But I'll just give you the top two. So I'm very, very optimistic. Like, I see life. You know how they say, is it half empty or half full? How do you see the glass? Yeah, that shit. That statement that like intelligent people say. But yeah, I'm always upbeat about everything. I see the good in everything. Like, if you tell me you can't do it, I'm like, yeah, we can. We absolutely can. I'm very optimistic. I'm like, why shouldn't we be able to? We should be able to do it. I'm very optimistic. I think about how the best outcome can come out from everything. That's one. And 2, I'm very big on compliments. I'm constantly hyping my babes up. Constantly hyping people up. I'm literally always giving compliments to people because I know how good I feel when people compliment me, and I want people to just be happy. So I want to just go around spreading happiness. You can be happy. You can be happy. You get happiness. You get happiness. So I go around just telling people, oh, you look nice. Oh, your outfit is so lovely. Oh, your smile is so beautiful. Oh, you have the prettiest eyes I've ever seen. Yeah, I go about doing that. And yeah, those are my positive traits.
Wow, man, it's crazy because like we spoke to your husband, he can't co-sign any of this. But no,
Don't
don't
worry. He doesn't know anything. Don't listen to him.
No, it's okay.
He doesn't know shit. He
No,
doesn't know shit.
it's alright. Top 2 foods that you cannot live without.
I have so many as usual, but then top 2 I can't live without. I'll say rice, because if I don't eat rice, I'm dying. I can pass out. Like, if I don't eat rice every day, like, let me tell you guys something. I eat rice every day. I'm not even good at joking. Because the other day they said I was lacking in like iron and stuff. I think it's because I don't eat balanced diet. I eat rice every day, and then I have to have bread. Like, bread is just, somebody said something about bread being in first aid box. It's something I should just put, because sometimes when people pass out, it can be from just lack of bread. If you just have small bread and you just squeeze, soft again, you just squeeze it out. Yes, put in your mouth, you'll be fine. So bread and rice.
2 songs you can sing the chorus to completely.
This comes. Can gospel music be part of them?
I mean, only if you love Jesus.
I love Jesus, but then I have to wear my shades for this because I can sing Super Bass by Nicki Minaj.
Okay.
And I can do it would have to be a Lil Wayne song. Like, I used to be a huge Lil Wayne babe. I can rap a Lil Wayne song now. Yeah.
Okay. If you want to give us an example of at least one of them.
Only if you beg me. I can do a few lines for you.
Okay, go do what you can.
So this one is for the boys with the booming system, top down ACs with the cooling system. When you come up in the blood and shaving up, when you start to depth, and it might sound a deal. You pop but like you got really, you might suck, you hold it, and you also good. You whatever trip, similar ship, when you make a drip, similar shit. That's kind of trip I was looking for. Yes, you get slapped if you look at. I said, excuse me, you heard of that? I mean, mama, man, like flying. I mean, it's your shy, I love you. So you're like, sick of the guy. The thing is like, oh, yes, I did. Someone please tell me who they are. I'm a Nicki Minaj, I'm a chunk the blues, and my heartbeat pumping away, beating like a drum, and it's coming your way. Ain't a boom, you got the super big boom, boom, boom. You got a super bass.
You killed it.
I killed it.
So in conclusion, somebody doesn't love Jesus, say they would love Jesus. Okay, bye. Talents that you would love to possess.
Honestly, I wish I could dance. If I could dance, like half my problems will be solved. If you're talking to me and you just say, "Oh, how's your day going?" I'll just break out in a dance. You know all those people like that I'll just my day is going well. Like just do like something. Like if I could dance, like I'll just break out in a dance. Anything you ask me, like I'll just yeah, what's up? What's going on? Yeah, I'm just it's cash. Like this is what I do every day. So I wish I could dance and I wish I could rap. When I was in like primary school, was it primary school? I used to like there was a rap that I had and I was like, one day I'm gonna blow and this is gonna be my opening line. So I say that, oh, my name is Umfon. Everything like that pertains to me started with M. Oh, my name is Umfon. Like I'm born on a Monday. My favorite subject was maths then. I like to eat. I can't remember. It was trying an M thing, but then everything was M, and then I was gonna start like, oh, my name is Umfon. I'm out in the sun. I'm having some fun. I'm having a honey bun. Do you wanna catch me? Catch me in the sun. Like yeah. So I wish I could rap, but obviously that wasn't going to take me places. I wasn't going to blow, and I realized that maybe this isn't for me. So, yeah.
The world is a better place because of it. Now give us 2 emoji faces that describe you.
I will start with, you know that black face one I tell you? Yeah, that's one. Then 2, the other one that has like the hearts around it, and it's like, oh, heart, I just love you so much. Oh my gosh, you're like so cute. I just love you. I just want to kiss you. That one, the second.
2 things that grind your gears.
You know what I hate? I don't hate it, but you know what annoys me? When like I hang out with somebody like in the night and we have like a wild night and there's been a lot of drinking and stuff. And I do get crazy, like I do dance on tables and stuff. And then the next morning you're seeming embarrassed and you'll be like, oh my god, you were so gone last night. Oh, you were dancing, you were doing this and doing that. Like, were you not entertained? Like, if you didn't want to be entertained, you were being an antisocial babe. I didn't see, you don't see me complaining about it. Like, why can't you just let people be happy and like dance on tables and be happy? I don't like that. I don't like people reminding you of a wild night or reminding you of things that you don't even remember, because they will even be lying and adding a few things. I don't like that. Let people be happy, like let people enjoy things. So I was dancing on tables. That's why my friend and I are very good friends, because she saw me at my worst. She literally had to drag me from a party one time because I was dancing on tables and being weird and shit. And she was my guy because she never made me feel bad about it. In short, she tells everybody that that's when she knew that we had to be besties, because like, I mean, she also helped me when I fainted in the toilet when they were commissioning that building the other time. And that's when I knew I'm gonna stick with her till I die. Yeah, that's one. I hate when people do that. And 2, I hate pick me guys, pick me girls. Like just pick me, it's me. Look at me, oh look at me, I'm a butterfly. Yeah, I hate pick me's. Yeah, it grinds my gears. Like just be normal, we'll love you regardless. Yeah.
Top 2 hobbies.
Hobbies. Ooh, I love putting stuff together. Like I like assembling stuff. Like you can give me like my children's bed. I pride myself on the fact that I put it together. Like I like to go to IKEA and just get stuff and like just put stuff together. Yeah, I love doing that. And I love to lay down. Like my hobby is just laying down. Like what do you want to do? I want to lay down and just be in bed and lay down. Just not doing anything, just laying down. I love it. It's my hobby.
Top 2 most random thoughts.
When I was in Covenant University, one time Papa was preaching, and all that was going through my mind was like, who makes his suits, like his white suits? Like who is the person that makes his suit? And is the person cashing out? Because he has so many, like it was so random, because like why was I thinking about his suits? And then another random thought that I've had is, if also about Papa, like if he eats meat pie, so random. Like why? Like it's just like, do you think he eats meat pie? Do you think he orders like after like church services, like somebody go and get me meat pie from like Mr. Biggs or something? Do you think he sits down and he eats like meat pie, or it's just unserious people like us that also meat pie? I don't know. Like it's just like because something unserious people eat. Like I don't know, man. Yeah, those are my brain.
Fine, babe. I never considered you one of those people that call your pastor daddy and papa. But it's okay.
Yeah, he's my papa.
No, that's right.
I stick by it.
I mean, I've met your father before, but it's whatever. Top 2 favorite body parts.
Ooh, I like my nose. I like my nose so much. I think it's like distinct. Look at it from the side. It's giving beauty queen. It's giving African body. Anyways, yeah, I like my nose and I like my eyelashes part of your body. Eyelashes?
I mean, they're not on your body.
Okay, I like my lashes. Yeah, these are my top two favorite body parts.
Okay. Top 2 most guilty moments as a mom.
As a mom. Okay, so one time when my son was, I think it was like 6 weeks or like 8 weeks, his hair was not green. His front hair was not green. So I was like, I can't have a child that is bald. Like, what's all this? And I now read that rice water grows hair, obviously. So I put rice water in like a bottle, and I was spraying, like forcefully spraying rice water on this boy's head. And I think like the water dripped and it like caused irritations on his face. And every time when my mother-in-law will now come, what's wrong with you? I was just like, I don't know. It's all these things that I don't even know what's going on. Like, you know, these kids, like they'll heal, they'll heal. Kids heal fast. They'll heal. And I was just there thinking, gosh, I've just ruined my son's skin all in the name of vanity because I wanted him to have long hair. So I was very guilty. I felt very guilty. And another guilty moment was when I just given birth to Anino, and then my mental health was struggling. And then my husband took me to like, we traveled to Senegal for like a few days, and I just remember being so guilty on the plane. Like, God forbid, what if the both of us die? We'll just say that it's because we wanted to do small enjoyment that we made our children orphans because we're trying to. I was just feeling so guilty. But then the next day, the guilt wore off when I was drinking all the champagne and cocktail and shaking my boobs that were 3 times the size of my head because I was obviously engorged because I was not breastfeeding and I left my breast pumping Lagos, and I was shaking my ass and all. I'm feeling very guilty. Well, guilt-free because it's like, yeah, they're fine in Lagos with their grandparents here. This is my top 2 mom guilt moments.
Top 2 things you would love your husband to do, even though word on road he's perfect and he does everything that you'd ever need him to do. That's what me I had.
Are you my husband?
No, what would ever give you that impression?
Did he pay you?
Come on, man. If I was your husband, that means I'm a handsome guy that does everything that you want me to do. But go on, it's about you now. But
what I would like my husband to do, or what he does already.
I mean, it's up to you, whichever question you want to answer.
So what I like, when I get him, first of all, I send him a lot. I send him, oh, can you help me put some on the table? Can you help me do this? Can you recharge my phone? Anyway, so I've never, for one, used my hand to close the windows in the room and close the curtains and turn on the AC. That's his job. Like, when I'm in bed, I'm in bed. You know, I told you I like to lay down. So when I'm laying down, I can't expect, you don't expect me to stand up to turn on the AC. So I like that he just knows what to do. Sometimes I stay in bed and I shout, Tope! That's when my children actually know how to pronounce his name properly because they hear me shouting every time. And then he just comes and he's like, oh yeah, he knows what to do. He closes the curtains, turns on the AC, turns off the lights, and yeah, that's 1. And 2, he charges my phone for me, like out there, especially that year when I was in that bank and I was struggling. Like, he just knew to plug the phone, and yeah, I never like hustled to do all that. Yeah.
Top 2 phrases that you love to use all the time.
I'll say God I beg. I'm always saying God I beg. God I beg. Like anything that happens, my first thing to say is God I beg. Yeah, that's 1. And 2, I say I don't know. I don't have another phrase that I use all the time. You as my significant other, can you like help me out?
I mean, what he told me was you love to say Abikin Salo.
Yes. Everything that happens, I'm like, Abikin Salo. Should I run away? Yeah. So yeah, those are top 2 phrases.
Top 2 fitness tips.
Fitness tips. I would say that I would say just drink a lot of water and mind your business. That's mostly what I do. Just drink water, mind your business, and try and poop every day. If you try and poop every day, you'll flush. It wash. You know those things that people drink and say it wash. Yes, pooping it wash. So just try and poop every day. It will help your stomach.
2 things you learned since you turned 30.
I'll give you 2 things I've learned in my 30 years of life. 1 is that you can't use semovita to make pancake. Did you know that? Like, you can't use semo powder to make pancake. It won't turn out well. It just doesn't turn out well. I learned that the hard way. Yeah. And 2, I also learned that you should save. Like, when people give my children money, like no matter how little it is, like 1K, 500, 200, I save everything. Like, I send it to their accounts, and it's helped because in times of need, like when I need to buy a weave one for myself, or I need to buy like a new pair of slippers and shoes and bags, there's always money to draw from there. It's in a bigger pool, and then you can buy more things when you save it. So it's important you save every little amount, because little drops of water make a mighty ocean that you can use to buy waves.
2 top mom tips.
Oh, this is a good one. The first one is that you should accept help. Like I used to be stuck on, I have to do everything by myself, bath them, feed them, make their food from scratch, give them organic shit. Like now I accept help. I let them do things that other people can do for them, and then I try to spend as much time with them. Like I try to focus all my attention on spending time with them, teaching them values and stuff, as opposed to worrying about, if they're eating organic food from scratch. They will always eat. Like when they grow up, they're not going to be running to you. Like you see my husband, he was raised right, giving the best food. Look at him now, he's eating the bread and tea I'm giving him, the toast bread I'm giving him, and he's all right, he's happy, he's living a good life. But yeah, so I try to focus on doing things that only I can do for them. I don't know if you understand, if that makes sense. Accept help, dump them with their grandparents, it'll be fine, it'll be very okay. Like let other people do things for you. And then number 2 is I try to, this might not apply to everybody, but it helps me. I try to buy everything in bulk. I know not everybody can afford to do that, but then it saves me the stress of thinking about things during the year, or thinking about things during at random times. So I stock up on their diapers and what. This is just for now when they're still toddlers and babies and all. I buy all their things in bulk, and it just helps my life. Yeah, I save my money to do that, so I can buy everything in bulk. Cream, soaps, everything is bought in bulk.
Top 2 wife tips.
Never go to bed angry. Like never go to bed don't let the sun go down on your anger, or how do you say that? Yeah, it's just always make up. Like life is too short. Life is too short to be carrying like grudges, like holding grudges. Like just like make up. Like you know what I mean. That's one. Number 2.
Auntie Emakburo.
Number 2, like always, like I don't know, just be there for him. Like just be his best friend. Yeah.
And lastly, 2 people that took a chance on you that you want to shout out.
I'm going to shout out some guy named I don't know if I should say his name, but then one time I was waiting for an estate shuttle, and he gave me a ride. This man was way older than me, I know, and we just got talking. This is a random man, right? And yeah, random man. And then this was like a few months, like 2 months after I needed like a guarantor to like help me with my bank like when I was applying for a job at a bank, they needed my guarantor to have a certain amount of money. I think it was like a big amount of money, and the person had to say that if anything happened, like if I went ahead to steal money in the bank, they would stand in for me. And then all the people I thought like that would be able to like, easy, and they'll stand in for me, they were like, they don't guarantee people, they don't do that, and which I understand, because you don't know people. And then this man who didn't know me or didn't know anything about me, he was like, yeah, sure, he'll do this. Told me to come to his office, and he got out his statement, printed out his 6-month statement, running in cash, and like stamped it, signed it and all. And he took a chance on me. He wrote a letter that he was going to stand in as a guarantor for me, and that was the nicest thing that a stranger ever did for me. And I still keep in touch with him till today. He sees me with my family every day, and he's just so proud. The other day I saw him playing football with his old friends, and then he was telling everybody how proud he was of me. And yeah, I want to give a shout. I'm not going to say his name because he's a private man. I want to give a shout out to that man who took a chance on me. I'm grateful for him. And that person that took a chance on me is my husband. Like I was in the streets, and you know that thing, don't save her, she don't want to be saved. That was the motto that year. But then he took a chance on me, and he saved me. He pulled me out from the streets. And look at me now, new homebody, wife, sweet babe. Yeah, shout out to my husband. Are you my husband? Are you my husband?
I just heard he's a handsome guy. These are just the things streets are saying.
Oh, okay. Shout out to him.
All right, quick fire questions. You have 3 seconds to answer each. Name 2 months of the year.
January, February.
Name 2 pizza toppings.
Mozzarella and pineapple.
Name 2 places to shop.
Pretty Little Things and Shein.
Name 2 things that can fit under the bed.
Box and shoes.
Name 2 things you spread on toast.
Butter and jam.
Name 2 animals you would like to have as pets.
Cat and dog.
Name 2 reasons to use a mirror.
To see my face and to see my bum.
Name 2 things that live in dirt.
Worms and like snakes.
Name 2 things you wear.
Pant and bra.
Name 2 things you see in the sky.
Aeroplanes and birds.
Name 2 sounds.
Ha.
Name 2 vehicles.
Bus car.
Name 2 things you wear in the summer.
Bikinis and tank tops.
Name 2 things to do on a weekend.
Sleep and lay down.
Name 3 sour foods.
Ginger and garlic.
Name 2 Christmas decorations.
Ornaments and more ornaments.
Name 2 things to do during indoor break time.
Sleep and lay down.
Name 2 things at the beach.
Balls and flip-flops.
Name 2 things that protect you from the sun.
Sunscreen and sunshades.
Name 2 countries.
Nigeria and Germany.
Name 2 animals that walk on 2 legs.
Me and you.
Name 2 things to do when you wake up.
Yawn and say, oh, and say thank you, Jesus.
Name 2 things you use eyes for.
To see and to eye people.
Name,
Eyes.
Name 2 reasons you like rainy season.
You get to use an umbrella and you get to use raincoats. They're so cool.
Name 2 reasons to talk loudly.
To shout at people and to tell, talk babe, please turn on the AC.
Name 2 things to do after school.
To sleep and to lay down.